I remember our first experience here, we were very, very poor. That's the reason today that my choice, and I say this with reverence, my choice is to be a poor man. I could have been a multi-millionaire if I'd wanted to be. One person brought me a check, FBI agent, for $1,500,000, a bank draft, and I refused to look at it. The Mission Bell Winery in California. A woman has healed, been to St. Louis and both breasts taken off, and cancer went through her. A doctor was converted on the case, Dr. Theodore Palvitas, which is preaching the gospel this afternoon in Oakland, California. And how the Lord spoke to the woman, told her on 3 days she'd be shopping in the streets, told her daughter she was unconscious. The doctor said, very idea, Reverend Branham, you build somebody up on a false hope like that, and that woman laying there dying. I said, I'm in position to stay here. If that woman isn't walking on the street well in 3 days, I'll put a sign on my back as false prophet, and you just run me around over town in front of your car. And then if she isn't, I'll do that, and if she is, let me put one on your back and go. The doctor was converted, preaching the gospel today. One of the best surgeons on the West Coast. People even flew from New York to be operated by him. And they sent me $1,500,000 in a bank draft. 2 agents brought it. Me living in a 2-room shanty at the time. But it isn't money what makes happiness. Happiness doesn't consist of how much of the world's goods you own, but how contented you are with the portion that's been allotted to you. Just make yourself contented as long as one thing that brings contentment, and that alone is Jesus Christ. Here some time ago, Mr. Avac over in the same country was given a great big nice Cadillac. I appreciate that. Any man that can ride in one, I appreciate it. And at that time I had an old Chevrolet, old truck, all beat up, about 18 years old. And some of those wealthy, fine Armenian people said, Brother Branham, we gave Avac a Cadillac. We got one for you. I said, thank you. But I don't believe I could use it. I said, well, we'll give it to you. We'll give you a Packard or whatever you want. So that old truck you beating around in it, I said, if I got what I deserved, I'd walk. And that's true. But how could I come down to Arkansas, where some of my meetings are held, among the poorest of people, a little old mother out there pulling a cotton sack, half dead with female trouble or something, eating Joe bacon and cornbread for breakfast, putting $1 in the offering at night, and me come along down through there in a big, nice Cadillac, and there goes Brother Branham. I couldn't do that. No, I'd rather have favor with God than to have anything that I know of in the world. And if I got favor with God, I can serve His people. I've always been a black sheep in my family. And I was always in my church a black sheep. And it's just recently that I have begun to come into a group of people that love me. And to that group of people, I aim to give my life in service. And I love them, and they love me. And all my life, I've been a person that wanted somebody to think something of me.